into heat number 2. Heat number 1 was exciting, and this one looks like it's staged to be another exciting one with Tyler Wright, Sage Erickson, and Nikki van Dijk. All first round winners, so they all skipped round number 2 because of the seeding. And then this lady, Tyler Wright, let's check out her opening ride.
All right, Tyler Wright loves this wave. Off the bottom, big swooping turn to kick things off. Nice low center of gravity. That helps with the bumps when you get nice and low. You don't want to be standing too tall as Tyler drives into that next turn. Nice casual approach here. Just taking her time with it, which is what you got to do at Bells Beach. Don't rush. Let the wave stand up. Let it offer you that section to hit. Lay back snap, showing some variety, and then finishes off nicely. So Tyler Wright off to a quick start. And are we surprised? Not at all. Have a look at that score, Kaipo.
Nice way to open up a heat with a 7.67. And like you said, Potts, that low center of gravity that she's able to have. Here's an illustration of it right now. Let's take another look.
Well, the conviction in that first turn. Look at this. She lays it over on the rail and drives out of it. I mean, not many surfers are doing that today. It's almost like they sort of nursing that turn around, whereas Tyler Wright is driving through it. She's coming out of her turns with more speed than she's going into it with, and that just is a sign of confidence. It's a sign of she's on the right board, and she's got that low center of gravity, which is boding well for her. Showing some variety and then finishes off strong. So starting strong, finishing strong, and just joining the dots in between is going to always give you a good score.
Well, she's going to say no to the first one. Tyler said, you know what? I'm in second priority. I'll take it and back up my 7, 6, 7. With some good surfing. Swoops through a beautiful first turn. And showing that power again. T. Wright looking like she can't do any wrong right now. Beautiful little grab rail. Cuddy for some variety. Difficult water on the inside, but manages through another bank and finishes off on her feet, standing tall.
And the swell just came to play. It just kept picking up throughout the day.
Yeah, Bells Beach exceeding our expectations. Here we go with Sage. Nice arc off the top. Just a little caught up, but makes up for that. Gets back in the game here. Drawn out bottom turn. A second beautiful top turn for Sage Erickson. And skips a little bit on a couple turns, trying to gauge those fins in some of this difficult water that we've alluded to before, but makes up for it. Keeping some nice tight radius arcs and finishes off standing up and completing the ride.
That was good wave selection right there. 2 9s, an 8.8, 2 8.5s. And this was the first wave of the set, so the other surfers opting to let this one go. And Tyler said, I'll have it, thank you very much. Beautiful opening maneuver. You see the strength of her first turn compared to everyone else. She's really laying into it, you know, there's no hesitation. She's got the confidence, big rail grab, hook right there, something different. And that's what you got to do. Show the judges something different. You've got a big canvas, a big wide open face. So show them something different every single time and you're going to get some scores. So Tyler Wright, 3 or 4 solid maneuvers on that wave right there. 8.77, thank you very much. Sage Erickson, late drop, critical wave right there. As she draws off the bottom, first turn. Kind of got stuck a little bit. Free falls down again, takes her time off the bottom. Picks her spot, that's better, nice and clean. Maneuver number 3, what's she got for us? Almost lost it right there, regathered, now she's got to reset those fins. Get the head in the right place, and then bang, beautiful opening turn on that little section. And then finished off nicely. So Sage Erickson fights back with a pretty solid score of her own.
That's right, Pot. 7.7 is as we suspected. She is out of the combination, needing an 8.75 to take the lead. Here we go with Nikki van Dijk. Nikki needs, you know, a good score right now. She's got to put something on the board, and she's on a good start with a nice snap to open up. Floats it over that section, air drops it, almost makes it. Looks like she was out in the clear. Wow. And unfortunately, just buckles. After it looks like she completed most of the maneuver, just slipped off the tail pad.
Man,
perhaps.
that was insane. The projection, the speed that she got, like mid-face, up and over, just connected perfectly with it. Look at that. Look how fast the board starts to go. As she comes down, she lands fins first. The feet just disconnected just a little bit, and those knees buckled. Oh my goodness, that was so close. That was going to be a massive score for Nikki van Dijk. And glad she's okay, because that was kind of an awkward landing as well, where the sort of the knees bent the wrong way.
You know what I don't like about those landings is that front foot. It's having that knee compress and twist when you fall off the tail of your board. That's how that's how a lot of knee injuries happen right there. Here we go. Tyler Wright looking down the line, loading up, and just arcing through a beautiful turn. More wave ahead of her, and another powerful arc, keeping the board on rail. And just hits that. Couldn't suspect that. A weird little bump in the wave kicks her off.
You get bumped off. Let's have a look and see if we can find out what happened first turn. Watch this first turn. She comes around the section. Just hooks right into it. Draws off the bottom again. Waits for the section to arise, and now it does. And another beautiful turn. Bam, right there. The board skipped out of the way. There was a little bit of a rib that went down through the wave. Have a look at this turn. Look at the body language in that. Grabs the rail, extends that front leg. Now compresses and drives off that back foot. That was insane surfing from Tyler right there. Let's have a look at the next turn, which I think is even better. Double pump, gets the feet set. Now she hits that rail and hooks into the next one, just driving off that back foot again. And then there's this little bump mid-face. She's looking down the line. Bam, right there. The board skips out of the water and she goes down. Wow.
Little skip, and the fins disengage, lose control, and now opportunity for Sage Erickson.
She really needs to crank it up.
Here we go, surfing under priority is Tyler Wright. Little whitewater section around that she has to make her around, and looking a little disinterested, but just going to surf it through anyway before she kicks out. Listen to Coach Potts.
Yeah, you know, you missed that first. You missed that first turn. You know, if you have to get around the section, by the time you get out there on that open face, you've missed that first real guts of the wave. So
picked the eyes out of it and selected your waves well and ripped them. So through to the quarters.
Thanks, Martin.
Oh, thank you, Barton. Congratulations to Carissa, and she's going to have some time to digest that as she's skipping around all the way to the quarters. We see Nikki van Dijk live action, unfortunately unable to execute. Here we go, an important wave for Sage Erickson. Nice snap, but is that a big enough turn?
Oh, that's better.
And loads up on turn number 2 and gaining some momentum. She needs a big finish here, Potts, for that 8.75 that she's looking for. A little stumble there. So needs to make up for it big time on the closing maneuver. Gets the snap, straightens out. 8.75 is the number, and right behind her, Tyler Wright. And there's a beautiful, just layback carve, and holds the rail through turn number 2. A beautiful roundhouse cutback, grabs rail for a little variety on the third turn. Moving through to the inside section, keeping some good flow. And they're looking really comfortable amongst the power. Tyler Wright, different turn again with a snap and a finish for Tyler Wright. Right on the beach.
My goodness.
And a little sand shower there, but worth it for the score.
Wow.
Looking to better a 7.67 and extend her lead. So a couple of key scores to come in from our judges.
She gets to hold that rail and hold it till she unloads those big maneuvers. Watch this as she just flies down the line straight into this big turn, hooking into it and then straight off the bottom into the next one. So just the transition between the maneuvers is just flawless at the moment, even in these big tricky conditions. You heard Carissa talk about how tricky it is out there, trying to find the right wave, trying to bring yourself, talk yourself to come in and get those ones that hug the reef a bit better. Tyler just absolutely nailing this one all the way through, and then showing the commitment right at the end here and just sacrificing herself on the sand. I mean, come on, that's commitment right there.
And you know, Potts, the illustration there is the core and leg strength of Tyler Wright. But let's take a look at Sage's wave.
Yeah, Sage, a little bit of downtime at the beginning, so that first turn not as dynamic as it could have been. Second turn much better right here. Oh, just hooked into that. That was definitely better from Sage. She needed to do maybe 2 of those and then finish off strong if she wanted any kind of chance of rivaling Tyler's waves. Scores dropping for both surfers, And I think it's going to be, the situation is going to remain the same. But great surfing right there from Sage. Great sign that she's come back. She's fighting her way back into it.
Here's Nikki van Dijk, and she needs to fight back into this, but great surfing, good top turn here. Long wall stretching, goes for a little whitewater climb, keeping the board rhythm. And here's that deep section and that a little bit of a rail catch there, but she recovers well. Wave gets steeper on the inside, loads up, and just a little bit of missed timing. You can see the frustration on Nikki van Dijk.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it's going to be a tough call, but Sage surfing really well. I mean, there's really positive signs here, carrying that momentum from Margaret River. That board looks great under her feet. I was kind of a bit worried that she was changing up her equipment, but this is a tricky wave to ride. There's a lot of lump and bump, but Sage looking good. It's going to be tough to beat Tyler right there, just a little bit of a mistake, but Tyler on back-to-back heaters. I mean, a 9 and an 8 in her last round.
Great study and technique with Tyler Wright. And here she continues on with a frothy face, but that doesn't bother her because she opens up with a searing hook. And another difficult water, but not making it look difficult at all. We know this is really hard water to surf, but just keeping it smooth. Tyler Wright, geez, she is looking in tremendous form today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see the closer. Little layback, and dangerous part right there is that backwash. You got to watch the ankles with some of that reverb coming back out, but
and that just happens sometimes with your rotation with priority. Let's have a look at Tyler's last ride here. Comes off the bottom. You talk about how easy she makes it look in these big tricky conditions. As she draws off the bottom again, just a searing maneuver with that white water on it as well, just makes it that extra little bit more tricky. But Tyler Wright, look at that, just smooth, clean, mistake-free surfing. And she is absolutely having fun. Why? Because she's dropped another bomb. Kuiper, have a look at that score. Thank you for coming.
A 9.27 for 18.47 heat total from this lady, Tyler Wright, just showing us what power surfing's about here.
Yeah, exactly right. Just beautiful positioning right there. Getting herself right in the critical section of the wave as well. And that's what the judges love. The judges want to see you right in the guts of it. They don't want to see you running away from those critical sections. They want to see you involved in it. And Tyler's doing that. You know, she's keeping herself right where all the excitement is on the wave. She's not running away from that power. She's dealing with it. And that's why the judges are rewarding that kind of surfing.
It is. It's lining up to be such a great event, and really, really good news on the horizon for us. And we're just at day ones here. Tyler Wright straight on to the quarterfinals. Sage Erickson, Nikki van Dijk. We'll see him in round number 4.